Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. Today is time for the second Timeless shave. So you guys saw the unboxing video. We got two razors from Timeless plus their adjustable shave brush. And we have already shaved with the Titanium Slim. That was my first shave. And you saw me use the shave brush that we have sitting here just with a different knot. So we initially used this Golden Nib 22. So they don't make their own knots. So this one here is made by Golden Nib. It's a synthetic brush, very fine. We used it during the titanium shave. And then this one here, I originally thought this was a Badger brush, but I was corrected in the comment section, and rightfully so. Let me go to their listing here, just so I don't tell you any nonsense. So the Golden Nib that we used in the first video is made by the Golden Nib or it's available on the Golden Nib website. It's a brand new nylon shave knot, softest, silkiest nylon bristles to ever touch your skin. So that was that one from the previous shave. And then originally I thought the second one was a Badger brush because it kind of looks very, you know, natural, but it isn't. It's actually, it's not this one, it's that one. It's the AP Shave Co. So AP Shave Co. company is a shaving accessory maker, makes these knots. And this is a G5C synthetic brush knot, optional for AP Shave Co. Hair fibers imported from Japan, ultra soft tips with stiff backbone for a more natural feel. So yeah, very natural looking. It really looks kind of like, here's an actual Badger brush. If you put that next to each other, if you ignore the tip color, but just the structure of the bristles here, it definitely looks natural. But it is also a synthetic. So yeah, we did the Golden Nib already. Now we have the brush with the AP Shave Co. G5C knot in it. We're going to use this one here. We're also going to use the shannonsoaps.com, shannonsoaps.com, the lemon prosecco. My kids think it smells like juicy fruit. I like it. It's very fruity, fresh. And now let's get to the razor. So we did the Titanium Slim edition, which was a really pleasant shave. It's a rather pricey razor for 230, 240 bucks, and you have some options, so you can change a few things. You can get it in polished and in matte, in scalloped top cap or smooth top cap. You can get it as an open comb or a closed comb. Here on this, oh, maybe I should have shown you the inside of the box. Comes in this black box, just like the other one. Comes with a thank you for your purchase and so on, little card, also care instructions and blades are sharp warning. And it also comes with a stand, just like the titanium one. And the lid of the box also has the Timeless razor emblem on it. And so you get a stand out of 6061 T6 aluminum and a razor, and both are anodized. So this is not raw aluminum. It's not gonna corrode and get all gray on you. This is anodized, makes it all shiny. Here the bottom of the stand has the Timeless razor emblem on it, and then the razor itself. So this one here is called the ALSB45, and the numbers and letters actually mean something. So AL for aluminum, and then solid bar is for the solid closed comb. It has a scalloped top, and it has a very nicely knurled aluminum handle. Here again, just a little bit similar to, oh yeah, I don't have it here right now. The Yachi Gold had a little step in the middle, right where you most likely will hold it to shave. And I think they did a really good job with the knurling here. It's not too sharp, but it's just right. And then at the very bottom of the handle, you have again Timeless razor company emblem. Here, let's take a quick look at the razor bits and pieces. So it comes again with a Delrin washer. So this is not a nylon washer, this is Delrin. It's a self-lubricating plastic, which is good. It's supposed to protect the surfaces and also keep the handle tight. And then if you look at the base plate here, really nicely done at the bottom. Gives you all the names and the nomenclature 60, 61 T5. And then this is the 45, ALSB45, and that stands for the blade gap, 0.45 millimeters. This one here and the titanium slim that we already shaved with is very similar. The titanium slim had a 0.5 millimeters, so this one here is a little smaller, the blade gap of 0.45 millimeters. And they also make an aluminum slant razor that was out of stock, but now it's back in stock. So if you want an aluminum slant, yeah, it's a blade exposure of 0.002 inches is 0.05 millimeters. So 0.05 millimeters is exactly the same exposure, blade exposure, as on the titanium slim. So that's the top side of the base plate, the alignment slots that line up with the top cap. Like I said, the bottom gives you all the description and branding and all that. Very well made, very nicely machined. Nice open channels for your lather to go through. And then we have the top here, top side with a scalloping. And then the bottom with the alignment tabs and the threaded portion here in the middle. Aluminum is a lightweight but not super strong material. I mean, of course, depends on application. Here in this case, since the threaded portion that threads into your handle is such a tiny little diameter and aluminum, this can potentially snap off. If you drop this razor, maybe you don't pay attention, you drop it, this might snap off. And I reviewed previously this one here. Let's put this out of my hand before we drop it. This was the Razor Company aluminum razor for 45 bucks or so. Also comes with a nylon or Delrin washer. And what they did, they machined the threaded portion here out of stainless. And even the alignment pins are also stainless, and then they are pressed in or glued into the aluminum parts. So they avoid the risk of breaking off aluminum by just replacing the wear parts with stainless. And then even here in the handle, they put what's called a helicoil or a thread insert, also stainless steel. That also helps with wear, because aluminum threads inside a handle could wear out, strip out if you tighten it too hard. Here in this case, the Timeless razor is made out of 6061 T6 aluminum. That's an aluminum alloy. So they added other herbs and spices to the mixture of pure aluminum to give it certain technical characteristics, makes it stronger, and this is a really strong aluminum, but it can still happen. So if you drop this on the ground and it hits the handle, it might snap off the thread. But I'm not sure, I haven't asked, but I wonder if that would really ever happen if Timeless would just give you a new one. Probably. Really high quality and only $49. The slant is $54. So this is really an affordable one. It's really good looking and very well made, and the surfaces are just beautiful. So no complaints there. Let's put a blade here into this razor, and we're going to use a Wilkinson sword, which I have already sitting here. We're just gonna put it on top of all the alignment pins and the threaded portion, then drop the base plate on with a Delrin washer and tighten this whole thing up. And then we're gonna take a quick look at the alignment here. Blade alignment looks perfect. Don't see anything wrong. Tabs are sticking out slightly. So be careful when you tighten it up and you crank on it. You can cut yourself on this really thin sheet of blade. Even though it's not sharpened, it's very thin, so it could cut you. My pet peeve, always the rounded off corners. Unfortunately, these here are not rounded off, but we will see if this is actually really a problem. But if someone ever would radius them off just a little bit, break the corner, you know, so you don't have an extra sharp edged corner there, that would be perfect for me. All right, so we got that. I already told you we're going to use the same soap as during the titanium shave. We're going to use this one here. We don't need to pre-soak. Let me pause real quick. and fill my water. But before I do that, I want to tell you about something else that we're going to do here during this video. So right now you're looking at me from a Sony camera with a 16mm lens, which I've been using already for a few videos, and you guys are kind of familiar with the look. I managed to get my hands on another lens that I want to try out. This is an 11mm lens, and it's a little bit more wide angle than the 16mm, obviously. 11 versus 16mm. And I want to ask you guys what you like better. So we're going to start the shave with 16mm, and then sometime, or maybe do the lather, and after the lather I'm going to switch over to the other lens and then give you the little bit more wide angle view of this different lens. And then together with this video I will also post in the community section a little poll, and then you guys can decide which look you like better, 16 or 11mm. Because ultimately I'm not a photographer or anything, and I don't want to collect lenses. I just want to find out what's best for this channel here, and I want to try out those two lenses, give you the choice, and you guys can tell me, vote on which one you like better. And then I will draw conclusions and get rid of one lens and only keep the other one. All right, let's do that. And I will fill up and get ready.
5 minutes later.
All right, so all the water containers here are filled up. We're grabbing some Paraso White pre-shave. It's a good habit. I've had conversations in the comment section of my videos that if you have a really nicely lathering soap that has a lot of slickness, that really pre-shave isn't necessary per se. It's just, we're celebrating this wet shaving tradition, right? So we can do it. I have pre-shave, so we might as well. All right, so Paraso in the face. Now we're gonna grab my little shavenation.com soap spoon and scoop out of this just, this much. And then we can immediately close up the container. Put that over here. And we're going to use a Timeless shave bowl. Here, big old Timeless at the bottom. Timeless razor. And we're just going to transfer the soap from the spoon over into the shave bowl. And I massage this into the bottom of the bowl so it sticks to it. Just with my finger like this. And then I usually just throw my spoon at the bottom of my sink that's filled with warm water, so that the soap that's still stuck to the spoon can, soften up. Here's the brush. Let's get that wet. And then I usually squeeze out most of the water. I rather start relatively dry and then add water than having too wet of a start and then I have to add soap. And this seems to be really working well in this bowl here because of those, flower-shaped ribs at the bottom. They help the agitation. And then also this AP Shave Co. Synthetic brush has really good backbone. It really behaves like a badger brush. It has, you can really push against this and you can really work it, and that is good. I like it. But the tips are really typical synthetic bristle brush or brush bristles. Very nice and soft on the skin, at least so far from just touching it. Let's see how that feels in the face. I really like that you can just take one knot out. I demonstrated how you take this apart and put a knot in the previous video, so if you want to see that. I also showed it briefly in the unboxing. So I think it's a good idea. If someone wants multiple knots but they don't want to have 20 full assembled shave brushes sitting around, you can just swap knots around, and I think that's a pretty good idea. And it's anodized aluminum, has a good heft to it, good weight to it. Talking about heft and weight, here before I continue, let's just weigh this thing with a blade in it. It weighs 47 grams. Comparison to the titanium that we just did, that was 63. So 63 versus 47.9, so 48 grams, let's call it. So aluminum is always going to be the lightest of the three. So if you have a stainless steel razor, that's a chunky, heavy material. And then we have titanium somewhere in the middle. It's lighter than steel, and stronger than aluminum. And aluminum is always going to be the lightest. So if you like light for travel, aluminum is your friend. And it's also usually the least expensive because it's the easiest to machine and to finish and all that. If you have a little hobby lathe, like one of those Chinese-made mini lathe in your garage, you will have a hard time machining stainless steel or titanium with, but you will have no problem machining aluminum. So just from that perspective, you have to have fancier tools and fancier machinery to be able to finish and machine titanium. And I was also corrected in the comment section. So the machining that they did on this titanium slim razor is the machining process is called EDM wire cutting. So that's what's used to make those intricate little knurling lines here on the handle. I don't know exactly how that works. I said that the base plate looks like it could be an extrusion, and then they machine it a little bit afterwards. I might be wrong on that. It might be EDM wire cutting. Like I said, I worked in the metal machining industry about 25 years ago, and I am not familiar with that, and I haven't looked it up, but maybe I'll post a little picture here in the middle of the video where I show a machine or that process just for your edification. Alright, look at this now. We have lots of lather. It's nice and creamy. Alright, let's get the face wet real quick. Just a little bit. So still on the 16mm lens. We're just going to lather up, and I'm going to switch over to 11, and then you guys tell me, or shall I do that after the first pass? Yeah, I think that would make more sense, right? Let's do first pass on 16mm. So you look at this creamy goodness. Very good. The knot really behaves like a natural bristle brush, even though it's synthetic and it doesn't have any stink to it. Like the Yachi Badger that we had. I still owe you a brush cleaning / knot replacing video. I'm going to do that one of these days, I promise. Alright, there you go, look at that. So we're going to do first pass with a grain, with this beautiful timeless ALSB45. Let's get that wet with a grain. 0.45mm blade gap in a, what did I just say? 0.05mm blade exposure. Here we go. Yeah, it has a little bit of blade feel, which I always appreciate, so you can tell whether or not you're shaving. It's very lightweight, it feels very nimble. Yeah, beautiful. This is a very easygoing little razor, and so far I can tell you the not rounded off corners of the base plate are not bugging me. I've had some razors in the past where you can feel the sharp edged profile of the base plate. I can't here. So it has a positive blade exposure with a relatively small blade gap, and I think that is a very good compromise. That is a very good combination, I should say. So they get the geometry of those razors, the titanium slim 0.5mm blade gap and 0.05mm blade exposure, just like this one here. This is a very good balancing of blade gap and blade exposure to make a mild but efficient razor. It shaves really well, it takes it right off. Without irritating anything. It's interesting how razors can sound so different. So you take a titanium or a stainless versus an aluminum, it's a completely different sound. Yeah, we have already done 70% of the work in the first pass. This is mild but efficient. If you are of the opinion that it should be a razor that can do 99% of the work in the first pass and you're done after the first pass, then this razor isn't for you. You need something that's more aggressive. But for all the rest of us, like me, I like to do 3 passes. I like to have a gentle razor where I can, gently first pass, gently second pass, and then gently the third pass. And I can go in all kinds of directions without causing any damage to my skin. This one falls right in there. All right, we washed that off, wiped it off, and now I'm going to switch lenses real quick. Yeah, so after the switch, it's going to look a little different.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, so here's a new lens now. I just switched from this 16mm Young Nuo to an 11mm of the same brand. Other than that, they're identical. They have the same aperture size and all that. And now you see way more of the wall back there, and you can see a little bit more of my windowsill here. You tell me if you like that, because during my shaves I've noticed that I'm always getting really close to the lens, and with this 11mm lens it would still retain a certain distance. So you guys tell me. In the community section I'm gonna put this little poll or where you can answer A or B. Yeah, go there and please participate and let me know what you think. All right, let's lather up again. We have lots of lather and soap and whatnot left here. So far this brush is very pleasant, it's very nice. It has a lot of backbone, so you can face lather with this thing to your heart's content. Feels good. The soap is very pleasant too. The scent is very mild, fruity. If you like juicy fruit, you might like this. Nothing in this soap seems to be irritating my skin. That's good. Very good. All right, now we're going to do across the grain. Yeah, the lather gets nicely pushed out the bottom. That's very good. Very good design. It's just so interesting how different people perceive things so differently. So, for example, for me, the titanium slim, and this one here I would put into my number 1 category, from 1 through 5 on my aggressive razor, how aggressive scale, from 1 through 5. And this one here definitely falls into category 1, the titanium slim. Dogs barking. Also falls into the category 1. Nice and mild, but efficient at the same time. I really like it. Oh, we're doing across the grain and with the grain on my neck as always. Very good. It just has a little bit of blade feel, so you know you're actually doing something. And it seems to be really a good, efficient, but mild razor. And then also the price level, $50. There are cheaper options, of course, but they are not made in the United States. They are not made in Ohio by an actual company in the US. So I am very impressed with the low price, the nice machining, the good quality of this thing, and it's made in the US. I really like this. So you can get a stainless steel razor from LifeBen. I have 2 of those for comparison purposes, right? They're like in the $30 range, but you're spending $30 on AliExpress, or you are spending $49 with a manufacturer in the United States and get it directly from them. Your choice. Titanium, of course, is a little bit more expensive, so I think the slim here without the stand was $230 or somewhere between $230 and $240. But you make that choice. And then if you go to, let's say, Merkur, made in Germany, they are also in the $50 range. The Hansens are there. The razor company, aluminum razor, that was $45, also made in the United States. So you're already in the ballpark with $49. That's a good price. All right, let's not talk too much, but focus on the shaving here. Third pass today against the grain with an 11 millimeter lens. And you guys tell me what viewing angle, viewing style of lens or focal length you would like, 16 or 11. What do you think looks better? And like I said, I'm recording in 4K. I mentioned that before, so I can always still punch in, get closer, give you some details, zoom in and all that. There is enough picture quality and resolution there to do that. All right, against the grain. Yeah, our German Shepherd. I mean, he's a German Shepherd Husky mix. It's called Blade. His name is Blade, like the knife blade. Has nothing to do with my shaving hobby here. We adopted him with that name. He is a very friendly dog, but he is still alerting. He alerts to everything that happens outside of our house. If we get an Amazon delivery or the trash truck drives past, or you know how it is with the dogs. Yeah, this razor really does a great job. It doesn't irritate me at all. Let's try this down here now. Great. Very good, guys. I would say this is a winner. This is a $49 US made aluminum razor from a small business. And I like it. I like it a lot. We get a perfect BBS out of this. I totally understand that there are guys out there that like a little bit more aggressiveness, you know. They have offerings. They have other razors in different materials, stainless steel, bronze, and titanium, where you can actually pick different blade gaps, different open comb, closed comb, slant, scalloped top cap and smooth top cap, different finishes. You can do that. This one here, the only choice you have is with stand or without. And if you tell them that you are a veteran, law enforcement, or a first responder, you get a free gift with your purchase. So go check them out. I put links again down in the description, as I always do. All right, let's rinse off. Very, very nice. I almost forgot to mention the little Timeless towel that they sent me. Timeless razor. Also very good. Nice and soft. Cute little thing. Just big enough to dry off your face after a shave. Quick little review. We use the ALSB45 and I love it. Like I said, they could round off the corners and Heiko would be even happier, but overall this is a very well made, very well shaving, almost completely irritationless razor. Very smooth but efficient, with that little bit of positive blade exposure that's just enough to give you the edge. The shave bowl we used, then this lovely aluminum handle razor here, shave brush with Timeless razor engraving at the bottom. I didn't show you how to do the swapping of the brushes here, or the knots. I'm just going to take it apart, you know, multi-piece arrangement, so you can totally pop out everything and take the knot out all together here. Take that out, and then you have a bunch of those little collets in sizes between 20 and 28 millimeters. And yeah, it's this solid Oh, it says patent pending in the very bottom of it. I don't know how they engraved that there, the very bottom. You can probably not see it, but I can guarantee it's there. And yeah, you get this beautiful, well-made handle. I like it. So, and the soap, just like last time, it worked really well. It lathers well, it has a lot of cushion and slickness. Didn't irritate my skin at all. So I completely forgot to mention what aftershave we're going to be using. I'm just going to put some Thayer's Facial Toner, Witch Hazel, the original alcohol-free witch hazel kind of a watery consistency. There's no alcohol in it. It barely has any scent to it, but it's a facial toner. It calms the irritated skin. And it has absolutely no greasiness to it. Let's look at the ingredients here real quick. So agua, glycerin. There is glycerin in it, so I can't tell, maybe a very little amount. Hamamelis virginiana, which is witch hazel. Bark, leaf, twig extract. Aloe barbadensis leaf extract. Phenooxyethanol. Caprylyl glycol, fragrance. Ethyl hex, whoa, I can't say that. Citric acid, potassium hydroxide. Yeah, using that. And then you guys know that after almost every shave, once that stuff has worn off a little bit, I just put on some cream or this one here. Maybe we do this one. Nivea as we Germans would call it. The aftershave balm. Get a good handful of that stuff. Way too much. Perfect. And just put it right over top of it. I also discovered something. I'm not sure if I discovered that by myself or I came across it in a video. I don't remember. But I have those two really dry spots in my face here. And no cream or so seems to be doing anything about it. But I discovered Shave Secret shave oil. And instead of using that for shaving, I just put a drop on my pinky and just rub it into my dry spots. And that seems to have not cured it, but has really done a good job alleviating that a little bit. So my skin is much happier. I do that now daily, a few times. Whenever I see, oh, skin looks dry, I just put a drop of this Shave Secret shave oil on my finger. And that stuff, what does that actually contain? I looked it up before. Doesn't say. Instructions for face, underarm, leg, and bikini area. Generously wet the area to be shaved. Blah, 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 blah. I looked at the ingredients on... We use a proprietary blend of natural seed and nut oils, essential oils, menthol, and vanilla oil. No peanut oil. So that helps my skin. I don't shave with it. Apparently you can use it instead of a lather. We might try that one of these days, but it definitely helps with my dry skin spots. All right, too much rambling. Thanks guys for hanging out and shaving with me today. If you're new here, welcome to Heiko Shaves. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye. Oh, and don't forget to vote on 16mm or 11mm lens. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.